Hello, my name is Marcus and welcome to 2025. The first video of 2025 is here, and this is of course the countdown of the top 10 games releasing in 2025. And the fun fact about it is I believe I'm getting like, I scrolled accidentally. I believe I'm getting already getting 11 games releasing in 2025. So that's pretty cool, I guess. But there's of course I have to do some honorable mentions here, because I'm following the rule that I think many YouTubers follow, and that is I'm not going to put a game on the next year's as well, because there are here two honorable mentions for games that I put on my top 10 games releasing in 2024 list, but I'm not going to put on this list as well. Let me just mention them. So the first one is Flow, or Flow. I think it's Flow. This exploration game about being anthropomorphic animals in like a cold area, an Arctic area, and exploring out. There is a dungeon expansion thing, but I think it's mostly just building up your city, town area, and wealth in that one. Sort of like Everdell, kind of ish, as far as I believe. It sounded very interesting to me, and I thought maybe it's gonna be a 2024 release, but the Kickstarter arrived like mid 2024, so was not gonna release. I believe it's gonna be released in 2025. That's what they're saying. Maybe it's gonna be late again, but an honorable mention because I'm looking forward to it. It sounds very interesting, and my wife backed the Kickstarter, so we are getting it. Another honorable mention is my number one anticipated game for 2024. If I put it on this list, it would be number one as well for 2025. I'm really looking forward to Critter Kitchen. This fun looking game where you are running a kitchen. You have 3 sous chefs making some food, getting ready for some food reviewers. It sounds a little bit like Distilled, but with food, right? Sounds super interesting. That can be a very bad take. We'll see. Very much looking forward to it. And last honorable mention. I haven't been capable of finding anything on this, but I am guessing that something Ticket to Ride related will be released next year. And I will be super duper excited for it, and I will get it right away. So here's an honorable mention for anything Ticket to Ride related that might be releasing next year. But now let's get into number 10. So number 10 is actually going to be a reprint that we'll have a Game Found project releasing January, February. They're saying start of 2025, so I'm believing, my guess is February. There's nothing official, that's just my guess. But I'm super duper excited about this one because it is the theme that I love. It is a version of this game. I've heard so much about it. There's 2 versions already. They're super expensive because they are seen as the greatest 2-player Lord of the Rings games. Some people say War of the Ring is a competitor for that one. Lord of the Rings 2 of them are as well. But it is a new version from Ghost something, I believe they called. Ghost Company or something. Not Ghost Company, but the guy who made Twilight Imperium, what the fuck is his name? That guy's new company. They're making Lord of the Rings, The Confrontation. A super new version. They're having a basic version and a decked out version, really beautiful version. And I'm hoping that similar version will be quite cheap and an easy way to get Lord of the Rings, The Confrontation, because I've heard so much good about it. Really want the version of this one. And it's my number 10 here. I believe, as I say, I believe from what they're writing, my guess is February release of the Game Found. Probably going to be ending there. So I could see them, with this being a fairly big company, releasing it October, November. But it's complete guesswork on this one. But I have to mention it. I'm super excited about it. Maybe it would be higher if it was... It would be higher, way higher, if I was 100% sure it was releasing in 2025. And if I knew a little bit more about the changes they might bring to it. Because I don't do that, I'm putting it number 10. But when February comes, the Game Found project launched, I know some more about it. It could easily be my number 1. Even going about Critter Kitchen. Super excited about Lord of the Rings, The Confrontation. Number 9 is actually a Kickstarter that I missed. I didn't see it. And that's incredible because it is about dinosaurs, and I love dinosaurs, and I would definitely probably have backed this one if I knew it was out. But now I just have to sit back and wait for it to be widely released and get it then. Dino Dynasty. It sounds pretty interesting, where you are trying to actually create the land the dinosaurs are on and bring them in, predators and prey, bring into this land. I don't know 100% much about it, but it sounds super interesting. This thing you're putting in these tiles, and a little bit like Chomp from that I can't remember what they are called, that company. It's great, I can't remember any names today. But bring in these square tiles, and then you can bring in some dinosaurs based on that one, trying to create sort of an ecosystem of dinosaurs with the correct plants and the correct predators, the correct prey, herbivores. All of this sounds really interesting with this dinosaur theme, and I'm really looking forward to knowing more about it. So excited about it. Now we're getting into the top 8, and all 8 of these games I'm getting. It's guaranteed, I've paid for them all already. So, number 8 is Nice to Know Animals. A game where you travel around the globe to save endangered animals, to know more about endangered animals. It sounds amazing. I love nature, I love animals, and I love to know more about animals. This sounds like one where you learn things about animals. You're traveling around trying to score points based on how many animals you saved. Sounds really interesting. Really looking forward to getting this one. Releasing next year, they say, and it's gonna be a smaller game. Looking forward to it. Number 7. I tried to find all the information I can on this game, but I can't find that much. For some reason. It's Donald Duck in Happy Camper. Made by some great designers, by a company that's fine. This sounds like it's going to be a Donald Duck game that's actually good. Like I've played other Donald Duck games that are just way basic and kind of terrible. But this one sounds like it's actually going to be good, interesting, funny. In Happy Camper, you clearly see it's based more on probably DuckTales, because you have Huey, Dewey and Louie, and you have Tule is what she's called in Danish. I actually don't know what she's called in English. But going out with the spider core, this core that they're part of, which is scouts, you know. Again, I don't know what they're called in English. They're called transpætter på dansk, on Danish. Maybe I should change it up to English. But you're going out on this one, and it's probably going to be about completing challenges that is nature themed to get these badges, right, that they collect in it, and setting up camp, being out in nature. It sounds really interesting with Donald Duck theme plastered on it, maybe, or maybe you can really feel the theme. But I'm really looking forward to it. Artwork looks really cool. So yeah, Donald Duck and Happy Camper, really looking forward to that one. Number 6 is the first of the 2 games from the Rose Gauntlet Birds games that I'm getting. 2 of them I'm not getting. You can guess which one's after this one, but this one I am getting. Going to be Rummy-esque, they say, and that's fine. I like Rummy. It's called Flock. And it sounds pretty interesting. The thing with Rummy, trying to collect these, which is about collecting sets of cards, either in number order or just the same number, different colors, kind of. So it'll be interesting to see how they twist this around and bring in this little bird theme. Again, there is a reason to suspect that this bird theme will just be plastered on there. Just, it's birds. But I'm looking forward to getting it. It looks very beautiful and it sounds pretty interesting. And not the only game from Rose Gauntlet I'm getting, because number 5 is Rook Requiem, a republishing of Rook, which is a game from many years ago. I haven't quite understood. I think they have like bought the license to release it as Rook. Maybe, I'm not quite sure, but I think. I hear that it's a trick-taking game, as far as I understand. Could be wrong there, and I've heard good things about Rook. It's not a game that's, you know, in the upper echelons of the board game community, but I've heard from people who played it, and I've heard that it's good. It is a good game, and I'm looking forward to getting this new version with crows on it again. This one sounds very much like the themes just kind of plastered on. It's this darker ones with crows on it, but it is basically going to be a trick-taking game, I believe. Looking forward to it. Sounds really interesting. Rose Gauntlet is probably one of my favorite companies right now, and really looking forward to everything that they are making. In number 4, it is going to be another Lord of the Rings game. I've seen some people already have done live plays of it, but I believe it won't be released until January or February here. So maybe they just got early copies of it. It is Lord of the Rings. Well, no, actually, it's not called Lord. It's called the Fellowship of the Ring trick-taking game. So I've written something incorrectly, but Fellowship of the Ring trick-taking game. And I've seen some publishing from the publisher saying like, where someone asked, what about the other game, movies, and the company publishers was like, yeah, the other movies. So we're probably going to get 2 more in this series, getting to play, do a, what's it called, cooperative playthrough of the movies in this trick-taking game. Sounds really interesting. I actually played The Crew recently for the first time, and it was good. So I'm hoping this game will be in that same vein. It is cooperative trick-taking, so hopefully, and we can get to play through the movies. Sounds super amazing. Obviously, I love the Lord of the Rings. Looking forward to this one, and the artwork here, this stained glass artwork, kind of looks absolutely amazing. It is another Lord of the Rings game that is going to be having amazing artwork. Lord of the Rings: The Confrontation, my number 10 there, also had really cool looking artwork. This one is another one that's really amazing. Going away, and it's mostly amazing when you go away from the realistic artwork and takes in this specific art style, right? The same with Duel for Middle Earth, where it's Andrew Bosley's very specific art style that really gets to be in the forefront, really flare up this game. And it's the same with this trick-taking game. I don't know who the artist is, but it's clear this stained glass artwork style really gets to shine through and bring this game to life, and that it looks amazing. Really looking forward to it, and yes, it's one of those I'm already getting 100%. Number 3 is Unstable Games, released for 2025. It's the one that I'm looking forward to, the third most. I believe that was the same for 2024's one. No, that was actually number 2. But their games are usually in the operation ones of me looking forward to, and this is Twisted Cryptids. It sounds very interesting. You are going to be a cryptid trying to hide away from humans, but still be in the whereabouts in their minds, right? You want to leave tracks about yourself. One thing that I'm of course unhappy about is they already released. They had an idea for an expansion in 2026. They wanted to work with it. Oh wait, no, we're releasing it already now with the game. I'm unhappy about that. I want them to work on it more, but yeah, getting like 3 main expansion and 3 mini expansions with it right away as it releases. Yeah, this one I have chosen to only take 1 bout of shipping. They wanted to split it up in 2, so you can get the game and you can get all the add-ons. But I'd make shipping like twice as expensive. So I'm just getting everything once at the end of the year. So I'm believing they're saying August for that one, whilst the first part is gonna arrive in like April. But I'm totally fine with waiting about half a year extra to save like 40 bucks or something. It was crazy expensive shipping, so definitely okay with doing that. But really looking forward to it. It sounds really interesting, and yeah, looking forward to Twisted Cryptids. Number 2 is another game I've already seen some reviewers talk about, do reviews on, and that's because I believe it's already releasing in the US. But here in Europe, we have to wait until after New Year's and stuff before they can start shipping it out. But it shouldn't be too long. It's another one. I believe I will have it by January. The same as some of these other ones. Really getting a lot of games in early doors, which gives me a lot of time to play them. It is Everdell Duo. So it is another sort of a reprint one. But yeah, Everdell Duo is a 2-player version of Everdell, which totally doesn't work at 2 already. It does. But this sounds really interesting. Taking in Everdell and making it into a dual version. I've seen the reviews just to see how it works, and it sounds really interesting. Also, I really like Everdell, so with this one I'm also getting my little Everdell, but that was, of course, it was like a 22 release. Not getting Everdell far short, just too expensive for me to want to get into that right now. But these Everdell Duel coming, it sounds really interesting. I want to delve more into the Everdell universe and play different games from it. It sounds really cool. I'm super looking forward to it. It's number 2 because it's an Everdell game, and I love Everdell. But I have a difficulty seeing how it's very different. But I believe it is. I believe it is. There's different ways to score, as far as I understand. But I'll know more once it's in my hands. I'm super excited about getting it. And number 1 is one of the reasons that Rose Gauntlet is my favorite company right now. Maybe. It's another game from them coming out next year here. It is another sort of a reprint or a new version of an already existing game. It is Keystone North America 2nd edition. Now, one thing is, I'm a little bit unhappy about them saying Keystone North America second edition. Why not make it Keystone South America? I don't know exactly why. Maybe Keystone is an actual like saying you have in North America about North American animals, but I'd love to just see them go wider into the world. It's another 2-player game. I have not upgraded to a 4-player game. I'm just keeping it at 2. Me and my wife's gonna play it. My wife loved the original Keystone North America. When the second edition was announced with the expansion, it was like, yo, should we replace it? And she was like, yeah, fine, if you pay. But I did, and she's really looking forward to getting it because she loved the first Keystone North America. I also really liked it, so second edition, focusing on that 2-player version, really going to take that version, which was already good, and make it even better. I think this could be a really great game. Super looking forward to it. Keystone North America was a really good game, or is still. So this second edition, really looking forward to it. As I say, I would love to see them go Keystone South America. And then maybe the coastal expansion could be just all of America, and you can bring it into both North America and South America. That could have been really cool, but they've decided to do it like this, and we'll see how it is once it arrives. Really looking forward to it. So yeah, those are the top 10 games that are releasing in 2025. I have a list of more. I might actually do like a top 10 more or something, like I've seen other people do, but that is not for now. For now, this is the top 10. Super excited about all these games, plus my honorable mentions. 2025 is gonna be a great year, I think. I'm already getting like 11 of these ones, and it's just a matter of time before Lord of the Rings, the confrontation game, is going to be on GameFound, and I'll back that immediately if it's not like $100. So yeah, super excited about all these games, super excited about 2025. I hope you will follow me into it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!